You know, with as much as I loved Dishonored and its first expansion, The Knife of Dunwall, you would have figured that I would keep tabs on the Brigmore witches, especially its release date. But I did not. And it came as a very pleasant surprise to me when a buddy of mine sent me a message on Steam saying, "Hey, did you know that the new Dishonored DLC is out?" And I said, "Wait, do you mean its release date has been announced, or do you mean that it's out?" He goes, "Well, I just bought it." So I went to Steam, I checked Dishonored, and I saw that Brigmore Witches was indeed on sale. I mean, obviously it's on sale. I mean, I'm playing it right now. So, well, I'm at the title screen right now. And that's the kind of thing that if you're like me and you love Dishonored as much as I do, especially coming as such a pleasant surprise, is the sort of thing that's the sort of thing that just makes your entire week. So I've been waiting to say this. Once again, dear viewers, it is time for more Dishonored. A save game of The Knife of Dunwall has been found. You can use your progression in the Brigmore Witches. You will retrieve your equipment and powers. Yes! Which progression do you want to use? Well, the only one that's there, besides New Game. You've chosen to use the High Chaos progression of The Knife of Dunwall and the Brigmore Witches. Continue? Yes. Most definitely yes. As far as difficulty is concerned, there's only one thing to do. Master Assassin, a brutal experience. Now, it's been some time since I beat The Knife of Dunwall, so there's a likelihood that I'm going to be a little bit rusty on this, but I'm fairly confident that I can get my edge back, so I'm not too worried. We will choose the most difficult difficulty here. Creating a new game will overwrite The Brigmore Witches autosaves. Continue? Yes, because there are none. Daud's hideout. Oh man, I'm so excited. Troubled sleep. I'm trying not to smile while reading this, because it's supposed to be all dramatic and stuff. Troubled sleep. I can't do it. You've been ill at ease ever since you assassinated Empress Jessamine Caldwin and aided in the abduction of her daughter Emily.
He knew. The black-eyed bastard knew that when my blade stilled the Empress's heart and delivered her daughter to the Lord Regent's men, everything would fall to pieces. He watched me do it anyway. And now the world's gone mad. Plague grinds the city down. Corruption rots. A mad killer roams the streets by night, seeking revenge. The overseers have stormed my hideout in the flooded district. And I'm in a strange duel with a mad witch named Delilah for the fate of the Empire. I'd say I was being punished, but I know that the world doesn't punish wicked people. We make our choices and take what comes. And the rest is void. I can't say I wasn't warned. It's been months since I killed the Empress, but it feels like only seconds ago I heard her yelling for her daughter, Emily. Corvo's face going slack with shock. And somewhere in my head, the outsiders laugh.
Corvo.
Come to collect on our debt? Did you ever think you deserved to lose your Empress? That a better man took her life, while you gaped like a fool? Come on, Corvo. Prove me wrong.
Whoa, really? Nice kick. A gun. That's not my version of Corvo. Oh, good shot. Man, I can feel how rusty I am right now. So. Where are we anyway? No, you don't. Put that thing away, Corvo. You're a man of the blade. This isn't my hideout. This is in the void. No, I get it. I get it. Troubled sleep indeed. You are a phantom. The stuff of Daud's nightmares, are you not? I will not lose here, Corvo. Put that thing away! You are a man of the blade! You deserve nothing less than the honor of dying by one. Now.
Damn it.
Sir, Thomas has returned with the information you requested. He's waiting for you below.
Nightmare or no, a confrontation between Daud and Corvo always gets me. I can actually feel it in my arms right now. My right arm more so. Okay. Like, it's hard to steady the mouse. Not nearly as bad as it was the first time, especially knowing that that was a nightmare, but it still gets me, at least to a small degree. Alright, if you guys are watching this video, then there's a likelihood that you watched my previous 2 Dishonored series, and by this point you know the drill. This is flavor text. I will skim it, and you can pause and read if you want. I hear a rune. There we go. There it is. Corrupted charm. That's new. A rune. And there's Thomas, who apparently has the information I requested. That might be a little too fast to pause. Let no one say that Daud isn't well read. Ah, money. A little bit more exposition on the world that this takes place in, which is fun. So this takes place immediately after we've pushed out the overseers then. Yep. That does explain all the blood.
They fought a brave fight. Idiots. Maybe their deaths will teach the living.
The Abbey never changes.
I don't think their deaths are going to teach anybody anything, honestly. I'm going to keep having to deal with them. Alright, let's see what Thomas has for me. Wait, I hear the rune. You know, I should probably sleep with this thing on. You can't do without one of these. Pull, that's a new one. Costs 2 runes, I have 4. At level 1, pull inanimate objects towards you from a distance. Consumable items are destroyed. Why was I going to say that? Consumable items are used or stored immediately. Pull can silently disable a security system if used on the whale oil tanks powering the device. At level 2, you can pull living things and bodies towards you from a distance. Living things and bodies. When enemies are pulled close enough, they are suspended in air. Corpses and unconscious bodies are automatically carried. While suspended in air, enemies are vulnerable to lethal and non-lethal takedowns. So it becomes force pull. Telekinesis at first and then force pull later. That's cool. We're getting that. Level 1, grab inanimate objects from afar with right click. Items such as money, ammunition, and keys can be pilfered from a distance. Other out-of-reach objects such as bottles or whale oil tanks can also be picked up. Level 2, pull living things and bodies for a slightly higher mana cost than inanimate objects. That's key to note. When enemies are close enough, they are lifted helplessly and can be executed or choked out. Corpses and unconscious bodies are automatically carried. Leaving me with 2 runes. That leaves me with 2 runes, and I need 4 for level 2 of that. I could pick up Vitality, but I think I'm going to save everything. Shadow Kill might also be useful. I picked up all of the most interesting things to me in the Knife of Dunwall. So all the rest of this is just icing on the cake so to speak. Bone charms. 6 available slots. One health potion, 3 mana potions. A couple of blueprints already. Yeah, and I went for a very mobility-based build in the Knife of Dunwall. Apparently wrist bow accuracy. I only vaguely remember getting that. Improved armor is definitely something that I would buy. Some of the stuff I'm just now remembering that I got, like wrist bow accuracy. I didn't remember getting that, but I mean, by the end I'm sure I would have. By the end of Knife of Dunwall. All right, so let's equip these, knowing that we're going for a mobility-based build. And then tankiness on top of that. We'll go... stamina and tankiness. We'll go with Fleet Fighter, Swift Shadow, more damage, mana faster, fountains, max health. Okay, that's probably one we're going to pick up. Healthy Appetite, maybe not. Mana, Sustain Rage. I thought that was one more mobility one. Undertaker, that's right. Alright, so that gives me 3 more of these. And then Tough Skin. And the last 2 are just kinda whatever. I guess we'll go with Spiritual Pull and Healthy Appetite. There we go. I think that works well. Alright. Speak with Thomas for a briefing, says it. Well, you're not Thomas, but you're right here, so.
Thomas finished his scouting run. When you've talked to him, I'll give you the latest word from inside the prison.
Inside the prison, of course. The Whalers, that's us. I think we know enough about us, though, for me to skip that one in particular. I will be reading through some of the more interesting ones, the ones that I find interesting. Oh, look. A couple of blueprints already. Well, that's pretty awesome. That's 4 blueprints for the start of the next mission. The Metaphysica Mysterium. Thomas's journal. Excerpt from a longer band work on supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers while avoiding their corruption. And his accursed followers, so written by someone from the Abbey, probably. I will prescribe a 2-fold method in this text. Indirection. As the unwholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. Or containment. By using channels and barriers, both capitalized, we can focus these void energies in a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. So I guess this is talking about overseers using dark magic as well, or methods that they can use dark magic, which is both scary and exciting as a challenge. Talk to Thomas first or read his journal? Let's read his journal first. A recent journal entry written in a careful hand. Our troubles began with a name. Delilah, a mystery given to Daud by the face he sees in his dreams and whose voice he hears when kneeling at the shrines hidden in the lost parts of the city. None of us have ever heard this voice, but we know its power. It spoke to our master, telling him of his coming doom and saying that solving this riddle was the only way to escape. We knew nothing of Delilah, except that we found a whaling ship by that name. A tenuous connection, but where the outsider's word is concerned, there are no coincidences. We discovered the ship was named after a woman who once walked the halls of Dunwall Tower with Jessamine Caldwin. Later, she became a painter, an apprentice of Sokolov himself, until she snared an aristocratic patron named Arnold Timsh. We met with Timsh's niece, who offered us information on Delilah in exchange for eliminating her uncle. Removing aristocrats was our specialty, so our master agreed. With barrister Arnold Timsh gone, his niece divulged everything she knew. Delilah was much more than a painter, and she was hiding in the old Brigmore manor outside the city. But by then we were too late. Delilah anticipated our threat. For some time she had been working her corruptive influence on the best of us, the assassin Billy Lurk. Delilah turned Lurk against us, and together they sold us out to the overseers. When we returned to our hideout in the flooded district, we were swarmed by gold masks and hounds. But Daud is quick and wise in our trade. In the end, he kept us alive, though there were losses. Now our resources are strained. Some of the men are grumbling. I see the strain on Daud's face. Killing the Empress, handing over her daughter, those are not easy burdens to bear. And Lurk's betrayal weighs on him heavily. His sleep is troubled by curses and shouts. Now, we make preparations to strike back at Delilah. She is planning something in Brigmore, something that affects everyone in the Isles, and she will be expecting us. Like our master, she shares her gifts from the outsider with those who follow her. How many are they, I wonder? I have no secrets from my master. My loyalty is without question, but I fear these may be the last days of the Whalers. Perhaps the last days of Daud. That was cool. That was a good little synopsis of the Knife of Dunwall and how I played through it, so that's pretty neat.
I found Lizzie's stride. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however. She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Excellent. Lizzie has enemies inside Coldridge. If we play this right, she'll be begging to do business with us.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait?
I am not quite done here.
At your pleasure.
Yeah, give me a moment. Apparently left some stuff behind here. A corrupted charm and a rune. And this thing is opened before. Here we go. Some more money. Corrupted charm. Hey there. Corrupted bone charms are powerful bone charms that come with a cost. Locate them like normal bone charms by listening for the song they emit, or with the void gaze power. Equip them in the bone charms tab of the journal. So stronger bone charms with a balancing mechanic. That's pretty cool. This one's called Shivering Silhouette. That sounds fun. Benefit: enemies have a high chance to miss ranged attacks. Penalty: you are more visible to enemies. You know, for a game that stealth has a major role to play, in a game in which stealth has a major role to play, you would think this would be something that you wouldn't really want. But I do get into combat quite a bit, because I love clashing blades, especially with worthy opponents. But no, I don't like being more visible, because I like to choose when I get to attack. Powers has an exclamation point still. I guess that wants me to spend these last two, but I'm not going to.
You did right, sir. That witch had to die.
That witch was twice the fighter you'll ever be.
I didn't want to kill Lurk. I liked Billy. The Royal Spymaster. I think we've heard quite enough about him in the past. There's like absolutely no need.
They say he let Rothwild live. Is Daud getting soft?
Rothwild's not coming back anytime soon. You should spend more time thinking about your form.
Anytime you think I'm a little soft, you're welcome to come by my office. Bring a blade.
I didn't think so.
Corvo's coming for us, Daud. And he's got nothing but blood on his mind.
You let me worry about that when the time comes. If it comes.
Yeah, play it cool, Daud. Make it seem like he's not haunting your dreams every night.
We'll start again in a minute. Just listen. This business with the witches, there's no pay in it. No prestige.
Don't. Let's go over Daud's teachings again.
Forget it. Daud's getting older. He's getting strange. And if no one else will take him on...
Don't even think it.
You, Daud. Ever vigilant, I see. Are we leaving soon to Brigmore?
Scared, are you? Witches upriver. Traitors in the ranks. And then there's Daud. who just killed his own apprentice. A better assassin than you'll ever be. I'd be frightened too.
Having to keep them in line a little bit more, aren't you, Daud? Though I have a feeling you've always had to do that, but perhaps not to this extent. The Knife of Dunwall, a Survivor's Tale. From a street pamphlet containing a sensationalized sighting of the assassin Daud. Gentle reader, be assured that your coin is well spent today. What you read here may one day preserve your life and your sanity. No one has seen the Knife of Dunwall and lived to tell of it. Until now. The sun was setting, a bloody stain across the sky, silhouetting the noble contours of Rothwild's slaughterhouse. Noble contours. The stench of blood, the flesh of men and whales, soured the air. Daud slithered from the sewers, his body slick with gore and crawling with vermin that no mortal man could have tolerated. His shadow stretched out before him on the ground, and revealed his true nature, a horned thing warped by heresy, a shape too terrible to put into words, my gentle readers. A sorcerer from the void, without question. I could hear the moans of the dying workers he left in his wake, but he did not even pause to acknowledge their plight, for his heart is colder than Tivian ice. Instead, he let out a guttural howl of victory, the shock of which snuffed out the life of those poor dying workers, and then he bounded away, moving from roof to roof, back toward the streets. And this was where I thought this chapter would end until I heard the music. The grinding metal music of the overseers echoed from the nearby alleyways, and I knew there would soon be a fight. With only my sense of duty to the fallen citizens of Dunwall to keep my fear from overtaking me, I inched closer to the mouth of the alley for a better vantage. A brave contingent of overseers had captured one of Daud's lieutenants lurking in the alley. He or she, for I could not tell beneath the thick leather of the industrial whaler suit, was prone and tied with sturdy ropes, surrounded by overseers, I guess. But their fixation was ultimately their undoing. Daud fell from above, moving through the air as easily as a falcon, I swear it upon my spirit. Without sound he glided down among them, and the music maker was the first to die as Daud tore the man's head from his shoulders. The wretched song faded in a discordant wail. Then I watched as the most notorious assassin of our time became a flurry of leather, metal, and blood, deflecting bullets and sword blades with ease. The last overseer, no doubt consumed with terror at seeing his brothers fall so easily, sank to his knees and begged for mercy. Daud spoke a single word that made my entrails squirm in my belly upon hearing it. The overseer shrieked like a madman until his mask split in two as though struck by some hammer and chisel, and a stream of blood gushed forth from the crack, bathing Daud's boots. I closed my eyes at that point, too overwhelmed to witness any further atrocity. I could only hope that if that foul heretic discovered me next, my life would end swiftly. But when I opened my eyes, Daud was nowhere to be seen. That was the last I ever saw of the Knife of Dunwall. So heed my warning, gentle reader. Should you or anyone you love witness some misshapen shadow fall across your path, or should you hear the slightest rumor of dark words whispered from the rooftops, then flee. Flee with all haste. This was a very good recap of how it was a very accurate portrayal of how, sure, it was sensationalized, but it was nonetheless an accurate portrayal of how I played the first mission of the Knife of Dunwall. That was pretty cool. And I love that this is Daud's reputation amongst the people, when in truth he's racked with guilt and scared of Corvo coming for him, and of Delilah, and all sorts of other things. He has these powers, but he's very much human underneath it all. This is what I came in here for. Giving me 3 of 4.
This will hold while we're away. Anything short of cannon fire.
Let's hope it won't come to that.
Yeah, let's hope they don't bring cannons. Because that just means I'll have to kill some cannoneers.
I've made a mess of the access ways, but it had to be done. If I come back, I'll take it all down.
Somebody will. And they can burn those overseer drapes while they're at it.
I don't really like the overseer symbol on them, but all in all, they're not bad drapes. Shouldn't we have something to cover our windows? I mean, not these. They're overseer drapes, so yes, they should probably be burned. Maybe we can get some nice, attractive red ones. Why am I thinking about that right now?
After Corvo's escape, it's going to be more difficult to break into Coldridge. They've installed arc pylons, and they're blaring Overseer music over the loudspeakers. Our talents will be suppressed until we get inside.
I have other talents.
Overseer music over loudspeakers, but they're only playing it outside? And what are these thick arrows?
Corvo set off an explosion on his way out. Blew out the main gate. They're still rebuilding.
Okay. Can you explain this map to me?
Last thing. There's an execution planned in the courtyard. Should draw a lot of eyes away from you.
I could use a laugh.
A laugh at an execution? Daud? Oh, you. Alright, so... red circle. Apparently I gotta get there for some reason. Overseer music outside. Other than that, this map looks pretty useless to me. I mean, A, C, and D with stairs going up. I mean, I don't think that helps. Not much. I think we're done. Check upstairs one more time. Oh, wow. This build. I figured it was a shame at the end of the Knife of Dunwall that I had created this... that this build had become something that moves so swiftly and silently at the same time, and then I only got to really use it in the last area. Now I get to play an entire expansion like this. This is going to be awesome. Look how quick this is. This is running. This isn't crouching. And this is so silent as well. Alright. I have to get the feel for it all back again. Check upstairs one more time in case I missed anything here. Yeah, I don't think I can get out from here. Not supposed to, anyway. Alright, let's go.
Is it time to go, sir?
It most certainly is. Go to Coldridge Prison. Alright. Didn't kill anyone. First time for everything. 2 of 2, 1 of 1, 0 of 0, 500 of 500. Perfect mission! First time for everything. A stay of execution for Lizzie at Coldridge Prison. You need Lizzie Stride's boat to reach Delilah's stronghold at Brigmore Manor. Unfortunately, the leader of the Dead Eels gang is locked up in Coldridge Prison, and you've got to break her out.
Delilah doesn't leave Brigmore Manor anymore. She doesn't have to. Which means I have to come to her. The manor's upriver, far out past the quarantine line. I'll need a ship. I've lived in Dunwall's underworld a long time. I know the players, gang leaders, madams, corrupt officials. But what I need is a smuggler who knows the river, someone I can trust. It's a reflection of Dunwall, or perhaps myself, that after all these years, the best choice I have is Lizzie Stride. And Lizzie Stride is in jail.
It's almost a shame we can't kidnap Samuel. As Daud, you can use your network of spies and corrupt merchants to purchase equipment and upgrades before each mission. You can also pay for special favors. These favors can have a variety of effects in the mission, such as granting access to equipment caches or revealing secret information. Of course, we knew this already. Upgrades. Explosive bolt capacity, arc mine capacity, stun mine, arc mine, stun mine. Alright, so mostly stuff for mines. Mines are cool. I have 508 coins. Wow. A single health elixir costs 200. I need to go steal a whole lot more stuff. No rewire tools. And all these are really expensive. Favors. Overseer Daud. You are disguised as an overseer. An overseer has been summoned to Coldridge Prison. Your contacts will intercept him and send you in his place. Using this overseer's uniform as a disguise should fool the prison guards long enough to get you inside. That sounds fun. Wearing disguises is fun. And if it gets me inside, then I can use my powers. Misplaced rune. A recent sweep of the prison for contraband has yielded a number of heretical artifacts. One of them will accidentally be misplaced for the right bribe. Forged requisition. Forged requisition orders allow your contact to deliver stun mines to the prison. The key to the munitions lockers will be hidden nearby. I think I can do without that one. I think the overseer costume sounds cool. Or the overseer uniform costume, whatever. And as far as misplaced runes and bone charms and stuff like that are concerned, I think you kind of have to buy these favors, because I don't think that these runes will show up in the mission if you don't get the favor. So that's obviously 200 that we have to spend. And the uniform, leaving me with 208 coins, so not enough for any upgrades. And I really don't want to go in there with just one health elixir, so there we go, money well spent.
This should get me in the front door at least. Looks like I'll need to check in with those guards by the gate.
How familiar this feels. Disoriented by overseer music. Magic will not work. I don't even see the speakers. Coldridge Prison. Huh. I should probably not brandish that thing. I gotta go check in with those guys, but first let's take a look around. Stairs leading to my rune. Right at the start. Oh, I don't want to fall. I don't have blink or anything. I don't even think I have my... Oh, I don't even have my high jump. Oh, right. I should have known, really. Alright. Let's compose ourselves. Let's put on a show.
Overseer. About time, Overseer. We sent for you hours ago.